Yep. Ink on my phone. I just need to wait for it to pop up onto my computer. There it is. 1 minute. Let me get onto Zoom. Give me a sec.
Maybe I should put on my background. Here, where's this? Okay. And at the same time, Noah just entered here. Okay. He said, hello, Noah.
I'm on.
Oh, and I can tell that you've still got your Christmas tree up back there, Noah.
Yeah, it's the only thing that has not been taken down yet.
Okay, I've got my virtual background on here just for the intro part, and so I'm gonna take it off. Also, Noah, look, it's such a nice day. I can have my window open.
Yeah.
So, welcome to my Blast Dream vlog about Super Bowl 57. It all started on Saturday. Let's see. Last Sunday was okay, let's see on the calendar here. Last Sunday was the 12th. So it all started on Friday the 10th when me and my me when my dad when my parents left town. And you know who my babysitter was?
Cool. SpongeBob SquarePants, baby. What?
And this was on Friday, February 10th at at 6 p.m. And you know where we went to? We went to Best Western Hotel in Indianapolis because that is the nearest airport. And this one's, let's see. This one's the one we stayed at.
Ooh, it's got a pool too.
Yeah, I stayed in this bed, and SpongeBob stayed in this bed. And this is the pool. Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
And then we got a flight on Frontier Airlines the next morning. Of course, we went to bed at around 7:20. After SpongeBob, once my parents left at 6 p.m. and SpongeBob became my babysitter for the weekend, we went to bed around 7:20 at that Best Western, because we were really tired and we had an early flight at 3 a.m. Eastern time. I mean 6 a.m., but we had to wake up at 3 a.m. to get to the airport and everything. First class. And we had first class seats. And no, it doesn't isn't Patrick the one that misbehaves?
Yeah, sometimes.
No, not 58. 58's next year. 57 in Glendale, Arizona. So we landed in Phoenix, Arizona, and we got a car from Phoenix to Glendale, Arizona. Yeah, I'll show you a map. Just 18 minutes. And the rental car we got, Noah, was a black Chevy. If it is a black Chevy Trax 2022 edition. And this is what the inside of it looked like. SpongeBob played music on that Apple CarPlay interface with his iPhone. And then we drove to Glendale and we went to IHOP at Glendale, Arizona. And I'll show you the menu, Noah. We had, well, let's see, I had the chocolate chip pancakes and then SpongeBob had everything else. And then since we had to kill time before checking into the hotel later that day, we decided to go to the movies, and guess who joined? Patrick from SpongeBob joined, Noah.
Yay!
And so did Squidward. Doesn't Squidward like to misbehave, Noah?
Well, not really. He's just bored and playing his clarinet.
And then we were watching the movie. It was yeah, I'll show you. There's one. Something with a ton in it. Actually, okay. No, it is actually Wakanda Forever, Black Panther. And during that, we heard a clarinet being played in the background, and everyone went, and it distracted everyone. And guess it was playing the clarinet.
Let me guess. Squidward's the one who plays the clarinet.
Yep. And then it is time for us to check into the hotel. Actually, wait, I've got the hood. I'm gonna zoom into Glendale, Arizona. Hotels near Glendale, Arizona. I said, okay, we stayed at actually, wait, we didn't stay at the motel. I mean, at Red Griffin. We stayed at the Motel 6. And this is the room, Noah.
Oh.
Doesn't that look nice?
Yes, it is. Yes, it does.
And then after that it was lunchtime, so we went to Panera, and I'll show you what we had. We had sandwiches, and everyone had everything. And then guess what we watched on YouTube? Of course, I mean on the TV. Of course, I'm only going to show you the title because I don't want to waste too much time. We watched SpongeBob, and then we watched stuff about, oh wait, no wait, and then we watched Star Wars after SpongeBob. We watched episode 6. And then we watched a video on and then we watched a video about to Darth. We watched a video about Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader. Have you heard of Darth Vader, Noah?
Yes, I have.
And then it is time for dinner. So, for dinner, let's see. We went to Olive Garden for dinner. And this is, of course, Saturday the 11th. I'll show you the menu to show you what we had. Come on, man. It's very and as goes for appetizers, we had the fried mozzarella, calamari, breadsticks. We basically had all of the appetizers, and then everyone had all of the appetizers, and then for dinner, I had the shrimp Alfredo. SpongeBob had the fettuccine. I also had the ravioli carbonara and fettuccine Alfredo. And Patrick and Squidward had the seafood Alfredo and the shrimp scampi. And everyone had this and this and all of these. And then everyone also had all of these. And then let's see, where's the desserts? And then everyone had, and then I had this, Noah.
Ooh.
And this.
Oh.
I had all of the desserts, and then SpongeBob and all the others had this.
Okay.
And then everyone had all of the sides, and that's because for the sodas, I had this, and then guess that Patrick had a bunch had all of the sodas, especially this one. And then he burped like Buddy the elf. and then Patrick started acting like a child and ordered from the kids menu, but then they told him he's not 12 years old. He's above 12. So he couldn't. And then it is time to go to the Motel 6, Glendale, Arizona. Alright, which one is done? Oh, shoot. This one was done, right? Yep, this one. I said this one. I think it might have been this one that I saw. Okay. I'm gonna show you the. And then, so I had this bed, SpongeBob was on the bed with me, and then Squidward and Patrick had that bed. And then it is, and then in the middle of the night, In the middle of the night now, I'll tell you what I heard. In the middle of the This is what I heard in the middle of the night, Noah.
Uh-oh. What's that sound?
That's a clarinet.
Yeah, I knew it was Squidward.
Yeah. And then I heard and then that is around 11:30 and SpongeBob was like, Squidward, get back to bed. And then he did, and then at around 12 a.m. I heard this sound effect.
Uh-oh.
No, not the ad here.
mbf.com.
Ugh, that
Of
comes
course,
boring.
there's a bunch of
New,
ads.
Fancy.
Serious. Okay, this is the sound we heard.
Is it the fire alarm?
Yep. And then we looked out, and guess who bought the fire alarm?
Was it Patrick?
Yep. He had drank so much soda that the sugar in that 2-liter bottle caused him to be crazy. And then he ran down, and then at 12:30, he heard a sound effect that sounded like this. I mean, I'll show you screen. And then at 12:30 a.m. we heard a sound effect that sounded like this. And you know who did it? SpongeBob looked out, and sure enough, it is Patrick again. And SpongeBob yelled at Patrick and told him that he needs to stop. And then I'm only gonna do a little bit of this, but I'm gonna playing this, Noah. You know who is playing Don't You Worry by Black Eyed Peas, Shakira, and David Guetta?
Is it Patrick?
Yep. And SpongeBob told Patrick that he's not gonna be allowed to drink any more soda on the trip since that made him misbehave with all the sugar in it.
Yep.
And then me and SpongeBob decided to get another room for that is just like that room with 2 beds on the other side of the hotel where Patrick couldn't disturb us. And then we heard this sound in the new hotel room. And then it is the hotel landline phone. And guess what happened? Since we were on the far end last room on the top floor, apparently Patrick, since he couldn't find us, called all the other rooms, and then everyone's phones went off. He called everyone's phone, hung up on that person, and they answered and all of that. And SpongeBob was mad at Patrick and told him that he'd have a punishment day. And then in the morning, in the morning, Mr. Krabs came and had a word with Patrick, and decided to babysit Patrick and stay in the hotel with Patrick. And he told Patrick that he wouldn't be getting to have the fun that night on the Sunday itself, on the Super Bowl Sunday. Then we all had breakfast at Bob Evans. Wait, no, wait. There's not a Bob Evans in Glendale. So we actually went to Black Bear Diner, Glendale. And here's what we had. Everyone had all of the breakfasts on this menu. And then you know what we did? SpongeBob took us to the Super Bowl, to the State Farm Stadium. Which is where the Super Bowl happened for this year.
Yep.
And we got Kansas City Chiefs shirts and merch, and then it was time to watch the Super Bowl, so we did. But then guess what happened in the middle of the stadium that night?
What did actually happen?
The power went out. And it doesn't from a storm or transformer. What happened is, you know what happened? Me and SpongeBob and Squidward, we were all walking down the hallway when it happened, you know, to get concessions and water. And guess who was breaking into the electrical closet?
Uh-oh, it's Patrick again.
Yep, Patrick went into the breaker room where all the basically Patrick went into the breaker box, Noah, where all the breakers are. I'll show you an image of what one looks like here. And Patrick turned off the master,
Yes.
which into everything.
Uh-oh.
And then you know what happened?
What did happen?
SpongeBob yelled at Patrick, but then you know who showed up?
Who did show up?
I'll show you.
The security guard. Wah wah.
And they said that they've got access to the cameras and actually have a master key, and that they'd restore power, and that they'd unlock the closet for us, since Patrick had locked the closet behind him. And that they'd unlock the closet for us, and they told me and SpongeBob to turn on all the breakers. And that they'd deal with SpongeBob, and you know who was mad at SpongeBob when we got home? I mean, to the hotel was Mr. Krabs. I mean, not SpongeBob, but Patrick's. Mr. Krabs was mad at Patrick for turning off the breakers to the entire stadium. And then it was time to go home the next. And then on the plane, when we were taking off, guess whose tray table was open and the seat belt was unbuckled, and whose seat was in the back position.
Patrick.
And then up in the suites area, guess who's in the suites area was Squidward. And you know what he did with this door?
Uh-oh, what did he do?
He didn't listen. He had the door in the wrong position. To be
explaining how to open it in case of an emergency.
basically the suite door is supposed to be closed during takeoff, but he had it open.
Oops.
Resting position if you have a suite. And there is a placard on the inside of the suite door explaining how to open it.
So isn't that bad to know that they did that?
Yes, it was.
And then there was some turbulence once we got into the sky, and guess who unbuckled his seatbelt for that?
Was it Patrick?
Yep, and then guess who had to go to the bathroom?
Was it Patrick?
And in addition to Patrick, Squidward as well. And then we heard from the bathroom.
What did we hear? What did you hear?
We heard the sound going beep 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 beep. And you know the rest?
What was it?
Patrick and Squidward tampered with and disabled. Patrick tampered with his smoke detector in the bathroom, which is why it went beep. And Squidward disabled it by smashing it. That's not good at all. And then we smelled a bunch of smoke. Because Patrick started smoking. Isn't that funny, Noah?
Yeah?
And SpongeBob and me told Patrick that he's not supposed to do that because it's unhealthy for people to do stuff like that, Noah.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to let you go. I have to go to the chiropractor.
Okay. Bye.